Good morning, Madison Park. It's time to rise and roar. Today is Tuesday, February 1st, and we are running on an 8-day schedule. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing for a moment of silence. You may be seated. Now, Ariel with the weather.
The current temperature is about 46 degrees. The highest will be 70 degrees.
Birthday wishes go out to Jolly D and any other Lions who celebrate today.
Today's lunch is your choice of crazy chicken sandwich, crispy chicken strip with soft pretzel and PB&J jam-wich, and the Bistro protein box. Assorted fruits, vegetables, and smoothies will also be available. Breakfast and lunch are both free to all students.
This week, our focus is the A in for achievement. You can show achievement by taking your time in a test.
No athletics.
Please continue our expectations. Cell phones should be turned off, kept in your backpack during school hours. They should be put away during lunch, recess, and transitions between classes.
Want to be active during recess, both physically and mentally? Check out some recess equipment in room H2. Don't forget to check in your ID or backpack to check out a ball or board game. Please be responsible if you are checking out our items. If you want to help earn PBIS points by outreaching and respecting the process to be able to help your recess. The sheet is located outside of H2. Please remember to write your name legibly with your last and first name along with your grade. Please be mindful and allow others to sign up and help earn PBIS points. If you've written your name down twice, only 2 students are allowed to help in H2 to help with recess equipment checkout. Please show respect and responsibly when you are in the room. If you have any questions, please see Ms. Lopez, Ms. Santos, Ms. Vega, Ms. Dyer, Mr. Jones, and Mr. Pratt for assistance.
Masks required at odd times indoors. Be sure to work your mask properly over your nose and chin. Yearbook meets Thursday at 7:30 a.m. And JHS meets Thursday at lunch.
Pre-order your yearbook today. Yearbooks are $25. See Ms. T to pre-order yours today.
Welcome to Book Chat with Mr. Pratt. Today's guest is Ford White. We discuss White Fang by Jack London.
Welcome back to Book Chat with Mr. Pratt. I'm Mr. Pratt. Today my guest is Ford White. Ford, go ahead and wave to the lovely people out there. Our book today is White Fang by Jack London. Ford, how are you doing today?
Good.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what can you tell me about this book?
It's about this half wolf, half dog that it was trained by this evil person for money to fight in a ring. It's like one of those betting things where like they put money in it and stuff. And then he escapes. He meets this person that's nice to him, but then the nice person lets him go into the wild.
This sounds like a very intense story. I mean, he's the only pup in his litter that survives. Like you just said, he gets sold to this really bad guy that forces him into fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And then another guy picks him up, and then he's set free. And so it sounds like he's faced with a lot of decisions in this book. Is that right?
Yeah. In the beginning, his puppies were getting eaten by a mysterious creature.
Oh.
And there's like these 3 owners, and he ran away. I don't know. And that's pretty much all that I can explain to you in like the minimum amount of time.
Okay.
Because if I try to explain the entire book to you, it'd probably take like 3 hours.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of emotion in the book.
Yes.
And so, this character, the dog, was faced with some really difficult decisions. Have you ever been in that position?
No.
You haven't?
No, it may be whenever I was a baby, but I was probably not even smart enough to do those decisions.
Okay. Well, do you think if you were in the same position as the dog that you would have done the same, made the same choices as the dog? Would you have done it differently?
I'd go insane.
You would go insane?
Yeah, because like this puppy is faced with a lot of stress, so I just lose.
That makes sense. That's understandable. Well, Ford, what did you hope would happen to White Fang?
He died peacefully.
You
That's
hoped
like
he would die peacefully?
that's the best thing that can honestly happen to an angry dog.
That makes sense.
I think he had a litter as well. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Well, people will just have to read the book to find out.
Yes.
Who do you think should read this book?
People who like stories about dogs and people who like it's kind of an action, I guess, as well. I
Okay.
don't know what else it'd be.
So people who like stories about dogs, and it's people that like action books too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, not people who like science fiction, because this has nothing to do with science fiction.
Okay, good point. What rating would you give this book?
4.5. The
4.5
only reason I
stars.
took off a half is because it is pretty difficult to read. Because it was kind of made earlier, so it's kind of like more descriptive. It's definitely for, I'd say it's more for the older grades, I guess,
Okay, for the older grades.
because it is very hard to read.
All right, Ford. Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Once again, that book is White Fang by Jack London. Ford, thank you so much for your time. Wave goodbye to the lovely people.
This concludes Book Chat with Mr. Pratt. If you're interested in being in a future episode, you can sign up in the library.
Now is the time for our social and emotional lesson. Today is the Talk About It Tuesday. This is where we focus on our relationship building and communication.
This
This
concludes
concludes today's announcements. Be thoughtful to one another and lead with respect, outreach, achievement, and responsibility with each decision you make. See you around campus.